Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines. This is our morning get together live here on Facebook, where we examine headlines from our city, our state, and country. We take a look at your comments, ideas, stories, suggestions, questions, you name it. We combine all this information and try to put it to good use as a community of English speaking locals living here in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. It is always a pleasure to see you, and today, August the 9th is no exception. What a great day. And I'm particularly happy because I found an amazing article this morning that has nothing to do with Puerto Vallarta, but has everything to do with my Tony Bennett presentation tomorrow. And I would like to tell you about it, and I might as well tell you about it now if you don't mind. Some people ask me why I enjoy doing these presentations as much as I do. And for me, it has a lot to do with learning new things. But more importantly, and I think I came to this realization just this morning, when I go looking for content and articles and reference and background information online, it's kind of like, where is it that people go searching for eggs? Is it Easter? When people go looking for hidden eggs? To me, that's what happens when I'm trying to connect the dots and I find amazing articles. And this morning I found an incredible article about it was written by Gay Talese, a very well-known New York writer, and it tells the blow-by-blow account of the first recording session that brought Lady Gaga and Tony Bennett together, which it was for Tony Bennett's second duets album, and they sang "The Lady Is a Tramp" together. And the article talks in great detail about who was there, what the expectations were, how it was recorded, and so forth and so on. And with your permission, I would like to include it in today's show notes as a little gift for anyone who is not going to be able to attend tomorrow's presentation. Because, when you're giving context, it just makes the story so much better. But enough about that. Enough about me. What? Marisma Fish Tacos is in Versalles now? Shit. Oh, wow. That is a great comment and totally worthy of a Q. Notice how Brian has added a capital letter Q at the beginning of his comment. Maybe this is a place that I'd like to explore soon. How wonderful. Anyhow, this is Coffee and Headlines, where we run into all kinds of amazing news. I have news of a new restaurant as well, and I'll share those later on. But first, I want to welcome everyone to the broadcast. I want to particularly welcome those of you that are watching live for the first time. and encourage you to write the word new in your comments so we can give you a nice little happy welcome. I also want to be grateful, express gratitude to those of you that watch us on YouTube later on, particularly when you choose to subscribe to the channel or click the thumbs up button. It really makes a huge difference, and we appreciate that very much. With all that said and done, I think it's a good point to start our broadcast from this morning, and let's do it with the news. Let me set these up. Boom. There we go. We start with what was once one of the two top-notch Mexican airlines, which is Mexicana de Aviación. It is about to come back. It is about to become a low-cost option. The federal government was finally able to overcome a number of legal hurdles and purchase the airline's legendary brand. So the previously announced name of Maya for the new government airline will not be used after all. The reborn military-run Mexicana de Aviación will focus on affordable regional flights and will begin operating in December. It is worth recalling that the airline went bankrupt on April 4, 2014, and it last flew 4 years prior to that date. And since then, former employees have been in negotiations with the government for fair remuneration. Even with the crocs, the heat, and the caca water problems, Puerto Vallarta seems to continue to be a preferred destination for the international market, maintaining a third place in Mexico during the summer months, topped only by Quintana Roo, which means all the destinations, Cancun and so forth, and of course Mexico City, and that is nothing to complain about. The complainer, speaking of complaining, the complainer article of the day goes to Tribuna de la Bahía after sending their photographers to the Agustín Flores Contreras Sports Unit, commonly known as a municipal stadium, where they found some of the courts in disrepair, lighting malfunctioning, and the fact that the stadium has become more unsafe at night due to homeless people hanging out or people otherwise partying. Hopefully the city will take notice and will add this to their seemingly endless list of places around Puerto Vallarta that need some tender, loving care. Tribuna also visited the Holy or Oasis Beach, where some tourists were taken by surprise by the purple flag placed there and not knowing its meaning. Of course, we know that it means that the water is not fit for swimming, but was there a lifeguard to prevent people from going in or at the very least alert tourists of the situation? The answer is no. And there is a new tropical formation, apparently. Hold on just a second. I think I need to. Oh, that was good for me. Thank you. Please excuse me. As I was saying, there's a new tropical formation brewing in the Pacific Ocean that has the potential of developing into a tropical storm and subsequently a hurricane. It is presently located south of the state of Guerrero, and we should get a sense of its trajectory and evolution within the next 48 hours. That said, and at present time, it is heading west of Mexico, so if it continues heading this way, it would have little or no consequence in our local weather. For local weather activity, let us take a quick look at what Snarky Weather has in mind. Ha ha ha. Snarky Weather says, I promise to never lie to you about the weather unless you piss me off, then I'll randomly fuck with your forecast. Well, we must have pissed Snarky Weatherman off a couple of times in the past because it hasn't been always accurate. But right now it says it's 29 degrees, feels like 35. Humidity is high at 80%. And we have 84 degrees Fahrenheit going on. And let's look at our weather forecast. If I sound My bad. If I sound like I'm hesitating, it's because I see my levels peaking a little bit when I get excited about the weather. I'm turning my volume level just down a little bit. Anyhow, our weather forecast for today: mostly cloudy skies in the morning with thunderstorms in the afternoon, a high of 33 and a low of 25. Then tomorrow, Thursday, mostly clear skies in the morning with thunderstorms in the afternoon, a chance of rain 50% and a high of 33 and a low of 26. Then Friday, we can expect mostly clear skies in the morning with thunderstorms in the afternoon, a chance of rain of 86%. It's going to be a wet weekend, apparently. A high of 32 and a low of 26. And that is what we have to look forward this coming weekend. Let's hope that we actually get some rain because, as you know, it is much needed. Let's see what else is next. Oh, yes. As I mentioned before, I heard, or rather read, about a new Italian restaurant that has just opened in Medina Vallarta this past weekend. It is called La Tavola di Vittoria, or Victoria's Table, and it is located at Vamar between the Mayan Palace and the Meliá hotels. So if you live in Medina Vallarta and like Italian and have plans to check out the restaurant, or maybe you've already checked it out, please keep us posted and let us know how your experience went. And speaking of restaurants, Banderas News has featured a list of some of Puerto Vallarta's popular eateries that are air-conditioned and are ideal to beat the heat. The list is not extensive, but it should provide a good starting point for those who've given up on al fresco restaurants for the season or those restaurants without air conditioning. Not listed here, for example, is India Gate in Versalles, where I was treated to a lovely air-conditioned meal by a truly lovely man. And everything was perfect. Was the place chilly? Not quite, but it was definitely comfortable enough. And I asked the person in charge, the waiter that took care of us, how things are going. And of course, India Gate is probably struggling as much as any restaurant during the summer months, but we were happy to be there and enjoy one of the few places in town where you can enjoy quality Indian food. Moving right along, was that a cow sauntering along the main lanes in Francisco Medina Ascencio 2 days ago? Apparently, yes. The animal was calmly walking down the main road while vehicles and passers-by slowed down to take photographs. Was the cow speeding? No, they said. Was it shopping? Who knows? Has this happened before, and will it happen again? Most definitely. What is your favorite local beach for swimming? Feel free to let me know in your comments. Informador, which is based in Guadalajara, published an article stating that the prettiest beach for swimming, that is one without rocks on the beach, is Playa Esmeralda, which is located south of Puerto Vallarta. The article goes as far as providing some helpful information on where to take the bus, where to get off the bus, and how to find the access to the beach. Of course, the article may not be aware of the efforts many South Shore residents are putting into place to try to obstruct public access to several beaches south of Puerto Vallarta, but that is a different story for another day. If you have favorite beaches that you like to enjoy here in town, feel free to mention them in the comments. Beaches for swimming, if you're curious about mine, probably my favorite beach to go swimming in Puerto Vallarta is actually not in Puerto Vallarta, but just south, and it would be Las Animas in the South Shore. That's probably my go-to beach when it's time to go swimming here in town. Now, what about the so-called crocodile beaches? Informador also published an article featuring the local beaches where you are likely to come up close and personal with a crocodile swimming along with you. And of course, these beaches include Marina Vallarta, Boca de Tomates, the Nuevo Nayarit Hotel Zone, and of course, the Holly or Oasis Beach, which we just mentioned, where swimming is not currently recommended. Oh, and also close to where the Rio Quale meets the ocean as well. In a nutshell, any beach that is close to a river or the estuary is probably not a good idea this time of year. Last but not least, finally, thanks to Mexico Desconocido, I found the answer to something that I get asked from time to time, but have never been curious enough to research, and that would be my nickname. And the nickname for anyone whose first name is Francisco, which is my birth name, Francisco Javier. The nickname for Francisco is usually Paco or Pancho, and we're going to unpack them both. Paco stems from the fact and goes back to St. Francis of Assisi, an Italian mystic and Catholic friar who founded the Franciscans. According to the church, he was Pater Communitatis, which is Latin and means father of the community, and as such, his initials within the Franciscan order were Paco, and maybe, or probably likely, that is where Paco became a nickname for Francisco. Then Pancho, which is the other nickname, probably came as a result of the phonetic transformation through time from Francisco to a shorter nickname of Francho, which eventually led to Pancho. Will I sleep better tonight after this knowledge? I don't know. But hey, I thought you might know. If there are other Pacos in your life, now you know why they are nicknamed Pacos. Now let's see what I can find out about you this morning through your comments, starting with all you good mornings, which are, of course, always very much appreciated. Purim pam pum, I see a Q. Hola, Paco y Cluster from Woodland Hills. No more jury duty. I'm official now. Just booked my flight for December. Yay! That is great news and deserves one of these. Please keep people of Hawaii and Maui in your thoughts and prayers. Catastrophic wildfires have taken out most of, if not all, of Lahaina Old Town on Maui. Oh, that's terrible news. I hope these are controlled sometime soon. Thanks for the tip, Jess. Let's see. Pirim pam pum pim pum. We saw the news about Marisma fish tacos in Versalles. Ooh, I can't wait. Let's see what else we have. I see all kinds of questions. The same owners as Emiliano Zapata asks Kathleen. We don't know the answer. It's brand spanking new, but we will probably spend some time there in the future and get a full report for everyone. Marisma, as you know, is one of the best fish taco places in town. They are located around the corner from, there goes my pothead brain, near Las Güeras, near Bonito Kitchen, in that general vicinity. Let's see what else we have. Oh, a birthday. Patricia has a birthday today. Happy birthday. This is wonderful. Let's see. Thank you, Kathleen. It happens. Let's see. Paco, let's go to Fatto in Casa. I don't know about Fatto in Casa. Is that another Italian restaurant? I think you may have mentioned this to me, Gina, but I am spacing it out. Chris is enjoying chicken feet from Jeannie's fresh-made chicken noodle soup. Yummy. Thanks for the report. Let's see what else we have. I'm looking for cues. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. And that is pretty much it. Thank you, as always, for joining me today. Thank you for your comments and suggestions. And thank you for your company. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your ideas. Stay kind, stay cool, stay healthy, eat well, and most importantly, stay in touch. I will see you again tomorrow with new news and stories and headlines for us to enjoy. Have a good day.